Welcome back to another video of Shaded Content. I'm here with Miss Flash Custom Transfers. Happy Halloween. By the time this video comes out, it might be Halloween, it might not be. But anyway, we are doing a new video, kind of shooting on location here. We're deciding to shoot with our new iPhone 15 Pro Max. And we're kind of spicing it up a little bit. Got this cool,
beautiful scenery
behind us. But this video is very important, so we want you guys to really pay attention to the content that we're about to talk about in this video. And it's really a 5-part series. I'm mistaken, it's not a 5-part series, it's a 5-part video on the things that we would do differently before we start a t-shirt business or really any business at all. So Chelly and I, we came up with about 5 to 10 different reasons. We'll put 5 on this channel and 5 on the Flash Custom Transfers channel. And you guys just leave in the comments down below if you agree with these 5 things that we would do differently before we start our transfer business, our t-shirt business, or just any business in general. So let's go ahead, let's get into the video.
All right, top 5 things that I would do differently starting a t-shirt business. Number 1, I would do all my research before purchasing expensive equipment.
Yes.
Sometimes you don't need that expensive equipment. You don't need that $1,000 heat press. You don't need that sublimation printer to convert. You don't need a vinyl cutter. You know, there's just so many things that you don't need that you think you need. So please do all your research before purchasing any expensive equipment. Number 2.
Okay, so number 2, the second thing that I wouldn't do, especially in the world of t-shirt business, I would not use vinyl. We did it. We had an entire brick and mortar store. Please go check out all that content of our FCD vinyl and apparel store. And we learned our lesson. Vinyl, I can understand sublimation. I can understand screen printing, but I cannot understand any reason if you are doing this for a business. Now, if you are doing one-offs or if you're tired of spending money at Nike or something like that, and you just want to hook up your kids real quick, or you're doing it just as a hobby, vinyl may work for you. Vinyl may work for you under those specific circumstances. But in regards to vinyl as a whole, as far as making merchandise, making custom apparel for companies, for individuals, for brands, nobody's using vinyl. It's just no baseball team, major company is using vinyl unless they're not aware of any other service. So I just wanted to really put that out there. We've been to all these different big places, all these different warehouses and stuff like that. There's so many other processes to use that are a lot more durable than vinyl. Now, are there still some softball teams or moms, soccer teams or whatever, where people that are just whipping together some vinyl stuff and you may get the contract? Cool, yeah, you may. But the process that it takes between purchasing the vinyl, cutting the vinyl, using the Cricut machine or whatever silhouette machine software that you're using, then placing it in different layers, it takes way too much time. And it's hands down the worst thing that I think is out there is vinyl. Now, if you want to sell vinyl, get it from China and sell it, for pennies and sell it out here for a couple of bucks, that's on you. But again, remember, we have our experience, we had our store. Definitely not the way to go. So stay tuned, or here we go with number 3.
Okay, so top 5 reasons. This is number 3.
Yes.
I would, what was number 3? Oh, number 3, I would focus on getting contracts and big orders versus individual customers. Individual customers, that profit margin is slow and steady and one-offs and this, and building that clientele can take a very long time. When you're doing contracts with your schools, with your churches, with baseball teams, you get your name out there more, you get validation more from your community, and your profit margin is larger, and you get a lot more experience in a lot shorter time.
Yes.
With creating that amount of large orders and things like that. So
yes.
Definitely I would focus on that versus focusing on making individual holiday shirts or individual birthday shirts. I would drive to the school and see who I need to talk to and do all of those things. So that's what I would do differently. Number 3. Number 4.
Okay, guys, so number 4. Number 4 is kind of a play on my number 2, which was no vinyl. And my number 4, don't get a store. That's my number 4. Don't get a store, don't get a brick and mortar in 2023. Real estate is extremely expensive. You guys know, we had to pay $24,000 cash in order to get out of our former lease for our store. We had a 5-year lease, and right when we got our 5-year lease. We were coming right off of COVID. So there was just a lot of things going on. There's a lot of red tape, still things that go on. How many stores, how many businesses have been in the store that we had? We had a tattoo parlor, a boutique after us. There's been so many.
There's a hair store in there now.
There's a hair store in there now. Again, we know we have a lot of friends who have brick and mortar stores, are from WingZone, from Ryan, Miss Kelly, and stuff like that. And it works for them, especially if you have the capital to fund the store, regardless of if the store is successful or not. If you have that capital, in which a lot of people do. But if you do not, and you are thinking, ooh, my goal is to then get a store and do well, I wouldn't recommend it. Now, are there people out there who have shops? A shop versus a brick and mortar store are two separate things. If you end up building a successful shop, and I'll give you a prime example, like a t-shirt side hustle, he has a successful print shop. If he wanted to sell out of his location, he could. He has the storefront for it. But he's been in this game for a very, very long time. And again, you know, it's really been by himself. But for anybody out there, no, I would not recommend you jumping out the window, spending $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month for a brick and mortar location just to sell custom t-shirts when somebody can go and get them from, you know, person off of Etsy, Facebook, or whatever, or even from us. Check us out, Flash System Kids. All right, guys, so we're gonna go into number 5.
Number 5, I would use the time and the energy for marketing.
Yes.
I would put aside a marketing budget specifically for basically all platforms, Instagram, Facebook, which those are merged, TikTok, YouTube, and Google Ads. I would research all of those before I start my business, so I'm on top of it before I go into it. I would set aside a decent amount for a marketing budget.
At least 10 grand.
At least, yes.
Yeah, 10 grand.
So, I mean, on a smaller scale, about a percentage of what? 10%?
No, probably around 20%.
20%.
If you want to do well.
Yes.
Yes,
So
if you
the
wanna do
higher
well.
your marketing budget is, the higher your sales will be, the more chances people will see you.
Yes.
And that's really the key in business that nobody talks about. Nobody talks about their marketing budget when that is what got them to the top.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's really what is it called? A taboo subject.
Yeah.
You know it's there, but nobody talks about it.
Yes.
So that is something that I would focus really hard with marketing. I would force it into my budget. I would force it into whatever it needs to be, because I know that's what that is what will get the business successful.
Yes.
So that is our top 5.
Yes, that's our top 5 things that we would change or not do when starting a t-shirt business specifically, or really any type of. So stay tuned for this similar video on Flash Custom Transfers channel, and also stay tuned for my video. It'll be a very controversial one. I don't know where I'm going to film it yet. Where I ask you, have you made any money selling t-shirts? All right, guys, so that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Please share this content with everybody that you know, especially in this industry, and head on over to Flash Custom Transfers to check out that other video. We'll see you guys next time. Be basic.
Okay.